Hey, Get Fox here. So we got episode number 151 of the Muttmen podcast, and this is our final podcast ever. Texas, what have you learned in the last 151?
I've learned that we're never using Discord ever again. That's what I've learned. Yeah, we're back on it.
Woo! So everybody, make sure and watch this one. If you watch it enough, we will continue with the podcast.
We're holding it
if
hostage.
not, yeah, if this isn't enough likes or views or anything, we're completely ditching it. So make sure this is not a veiled threat. It's a straight up threat right in your face.
1,000 likes for the next episode ago. It doesn't exist. We cut it off.
Exactly. We'll send it to the void. We got a very special guest. I think people loved his episode last time he was on. But before we get to that, Texas, any text message?
Text message. Let's talk about some more stuff from my past, right? And from the cops twice. You want to hear the first story or the second story?
I want to hear the first one.
First one was when I was, 15? We went to this party, right? And we were hanging out in this pool. And the cops pulled up because underage drinking. Me and my buddy Chris weren't drinking at the time because we were super athletes and we couldn't drink because they told us drinking's not good.
Okay.
Athletes should call the top. But so we were chilling in the pool with these two chicks. Cops pulled up. I'm not trying to get in trouble. He's not trying to get in trouble. Both our parents are hard asses. And so we run and we make a beeline towards his car. But we didn't see the 6 cops that were standing in the middle of the street. Why are you guys running for? And we looked at each other, and which is what we said, exercising, and they said, get out of here. And so we went home. Yeah.
Nice. And they let you go with that BS excuse.
Yeah, because we weren't drinking. We were not drinking. I didn't drink till I was probably kind of like beer. So nobody bought liquor, everybody just bought cheap beer from Walmart and shit. So nobody actually
actually likes beer at that age, though.
Everybody likes beer because it's art, because it's easy to get. So you just like what's accessible.
Yeah.
It's terrible though. Beer's just not good for at any stage in life. I don't think. Only time I like beer was when I had a sinus infection and I lost my taste buds. That's when beer is delicious.
Well, I don't know if I go that far. That's what I'd like to call a hot take. I think beer's good. Definitely. A long, hard day. What's up?
I like Blue Moons with orange slices in them, but that's one thing I like. But Blue Moon's that a beer? You consider Blue Moon a beer?
Yeah, Blue Moon's a wheat beer.
A week or week?
Wheat, as in the.
Okay, I thought you said week. I was like, yeah, I get you. It is a wheat beer. Blue Moon's great. I'll drink that, but they weren't drinking Blue Moon. They out here drinking shitty ass Pabst.
Yeah, I mean that's just get you drunk beer. But hey, Pat's has won a blue ribbon in the past, so it is number 1.
So the pigs at county fairs.
Yeah, and those pigs are delicious.
I'm just saying. There's nothing to brag about.
I feel like I just trapped you.
I mean, you probably did.
Yeah.
Or is bacon's delicious.
Yeah. Or a nice spiral ham with a little honey on it.
We out here eating pig's feet.
You are?
No, saying you said pigs are delicious, but you don't eat bacon though. You don't be eating pig's feet. You don't be eating pig tongue. You don't be eating pig brain. You eat 2 things off a pig.
Whoa. I eat everything off the pig. Or feed it to the dogs. They love those pig's ears.
That sounds like disgustingness.
Yeah, but dogs they eat poop. So anyway,
that's true.
Let me introduce our very special guest. I think this is as topical as we could ever get with him. We got Mutleaks, aka Mutsploit, aka Move. How you doing, bud?
Hey, I'm all right. How are you guys? Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I'm doing well. Text you. Did I lose Tex? God damn, this podcast is terrible. Texas is gone. Wait, Texas is back.
Let me download this app in the background so y'all go ahead and talk.
Okay. All right. Mutsploit. Should I call you Mutsploit, or would you like Mutsploit or Leaks? You're Mutsploit in the Discord, Leaks on Twitter, and Move in the Discord. All right, sorry, Move in the subreddit.
You could just go with Leaks.
All right, Leaks. So talk to us. I think that we got a good agenda, but I really want we got FIFA points in Belgium, Super Bowl promo, the auction house on mobile devices, the bans for the login glitch, and of course other leaks that you're finding. So first off, big one. The auction house is now available on mobile devices, and you recently ran into a problem tonight. So the big concern is bots, like we've seen in other games. You recently started a bot on it and are trying to figure out how to beat it. What have you run into so far?
So you have the CAPTCHA, which kind of tries to authenticate that it's an actual person running the account. You can turn that off. That's pretty simple, at least on Android. Pretty trivial. After that, though, you have bans on the actual companion app linked to your account. So if they see you doing something that's a little questionable, they can remove your access to the companion app completely without banning your full account.
And that's definitely a good thing. Would you agree?
Yeah, we'll get more into it later, but they probably are going to have to expand on it, because right now it only looks like really outrageous stuff is triggering it, but we'll see.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been one day that you've been testing it and kind of going at it and figuring out what the weaknesses are, right?
Yeah, it's about a day. It's been out there for a little bit longer, but I saw it getting passed around about sometime yesterday, so I'd say about a day.
Yeah,
yeah.
So do you think bots are going to be a big issue on the auction house going forward with this app?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you explain why?
I'm going to go into it a little bit more in detail, but essentially on the accounts that we've seen bans on, they weren't running like a bid script or a buy script or a snipe script. They were running like really, 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 really outrageous stuff. Like the one account that we have that got flagged submitted like 350 bids on different cards in 120 seconds. So it does look like if you do anything really, really boundary breaking, you will get flagged, but there's definitely potential for some, less potent stuff.
How many bids per minute do you think a human could do?
Well, that depends on what platform we're playing on, and aside from that, it also depends on what console you're using, because the loads, everything, the pros and the Xbox, the better Xboxes are obviously a little faster, maybe a half second, a second of refresh. The thing is, bids on a console, the problem is you have the error prompts, right? So you go to place a bid, somebody outbid you, you get a pop-up, it slows you down. With the web app, or should I say the companion app, you don't have that concern whatsoever. There is no slowdowns. You can place bids as fast as you can hit the buttons.
So, like, would you say a regular human on the companion app could probably do like 60 bids in a minute?
Without an auto, you're looking at like 30 per instance, probably, maybe 40 per instance.
One every 2 seconds, maybe.
Yeah, maybe about once every 2 seconds. On a console, you're probably only looking at about 20 to 30 per minute.
Yeah, even that's really fast though.
Yeah, that's like frame perfect almost. I would think it's quite laggy sometimes, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah, but like you don't need a bot to do it that quick. Like your bot can just do like 20 bids a minute or like 10 bids a minute, stay underneath that frame perfect, like you say, and still make a ton of coins, right?
Yes, they do look very profitable. There is some other issues when you start spamming bids and requests at normally, faster than normally possible intervals. You run into some other stuff. when you send say 150 bids a minute or 200 bids a minute on a card, you actually can't bid on it on a regular console. The console doesn't refresh fast enough. You just won't be able to place a bid. So there are some concerns.
But so will people be able to snipe them that way? But doesn't it refresh to 20 seconds?
What you're talking about, the refresh interval?
Yeah. So like if you can lock somebody out on Xbox from like bidding on a card, it wouldn't really matter because they always have 20 seconds, right?
Yes and no. What we found is that like you have to understand this isn't like a normal bid. You know, you're bidding with someone, they bid, you bid. The bot will literally put in 250 bids before you can get one in. So usually people just leave.
They think like 5 people are currently bidding on it. They're like, all right, that's enough for me.
It's a bidding war.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Texas, any thoughts?
You heard me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. I was worried. I gotta leave. Like, I'm trying to time this out. Leave like every 3 minutes and come back. Thing that they decided to go with the companion app because of all the issues that it takes place. But it looks like I guess you're trying to like experiment with it for now and see what they can do to like prevent this or add some security to it, so that the way they don't have to people can like buy cards from their work phone. That's interesting information to know that like, so if I'm going to be bidding against something, it's probably not a person. It's probably a bot. Go do something else.
Yeah. So, Leaks, do you think the bots are going to basically take over?
Yes and no. The issue with it right now is how well the detection capabilities actually work and how quickly people figure out that you can just turn off the capture. It could get very bad.
So EA just needs to fix that and they're okay?
It opens a lot of issues to even all types of data sets that you normally can't get access to. I mean, there's a lot of concerns with it. I think it's pretty clear it was like a test bed release. I don't really think they wanted anyone using that.
What do you mean?
Well, it was soft launched, but
yeah,
we still really haven't had any comment on how many devices that was supposed to roll out to, how wide of a launch it was. Interestingly enough, they don't even have iOS support yet. I looked into it. Some of the components that they're using are, I don't want to say Android specific, but primarily Android. So it may actually be a minute before you see it on iOS. It pretty clearly is in the early stages from what I see.
Huh. I mean, does this kind of stuff takes a lot of dev time to do, right? Like, do you think EA should have spent their time doing this, or is this just kind of like a can of worms that they shouldn't even bothered?
Yeah, this was a horrible idea.
All right.
This was not a good idea.
Texas, thoughts?
I agree. I don't like anything that anybody can bot and take coins from somebody else that's actually at the console playing. That's because that problem ran in FIFA, and that usually it winds up leading to worse problems down the line. So if FIFA didn't have his bot issue, then it probably wouldn't have got price caps. I don't want price caps in MUT. I'd stop playing MUT and start price capping shit.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people said that with FIFA too. Do you think? I mean, then we look at the EA's financial statement, and their profits are only going up with FIFA and MUT, at least for the digital transaction goods. So like, we could say that, but like, are we really gonna stop if they put price caps? Like, is there anything EA can do to make us stop playing this game? It feels like at this point there isn't really anything, right? Haven't we been through the wars? We're stuck with them.
You might be right about that, but just like this game's not for everybody. So if they continue to if you pull some cards and usually if you pull a power up, and power ups only can sell for like at most 10K, most 5K. That's just not going to be good for just the pack trash and packs. With FIFA, the reason why I think FIFA is a little different because those cards are kind of usable still. Whereas in Madden, gold cards, silver cards, and even elites below 85 are terrible.
Yeah, even below 90 right now are terrible.
Yeah. So if I can't use these cards for to make coins
for
off
the
of
most
people,
part.
Yeah, for people trying to do sets and stuff like that, there's a price cap for it because of that reason alone. That's where it gets kind of annoying. So they could add to the whole price caps, but if they don't drop any sets in the game that kind of rewards you having those cards in your binder, then that's where it gets kind of annoying. So if they add price caps, I believe I would stop playing. I'll tell you that right now. I would not be doing Madden anymore.
Huh. Finally switching over to 2K, eh?
And then I'll probably go do some Fallout.
You love that game.
Go get my dream job as a garbage man.
Wait, there's got to be more. Wait, what?
Well, that's my dream job.
A garbage man?
That's where you work for like 4 hours, but you still get paid for like 8.
I don't think that's accurate.
Out here, at least, I don't know if it's everywhere because it's a city job. Mostly everybody's on salary, and you get your job done, you go home. Job done at 2 o'clock, and you're supposed to leave at 5. You still get paid like you get off at 5.
I'm not gonna say I know enough about it to argue. So
I actually got
you do you, Texas.
That's what I'm gonna do. I don't see the
yeah,
point of that because like they'll do the price caps to still not add anything to like let you like make any more coins to those cards. So all of a sudden, the stuff that we're pulling literally has no value. Like it has value, but like because people were trying to do power ups for certain things, but if they got things capped at certain prices, one, certain cards may not be in the auction block ever, and 2, they're gonna be going for nothing.
Yeah, and like
I like being able to sell my random power up 68 for like 30K. I love that.
Well, they haven't really shown anything like that in a long time for like sets outside of the power ups. They haven't really shown like that. That it's been years since they've really done something like that.
Bad.
Those cards, 200,000 coins.
Yeah. Like it has not been like it was since like Madden 17, but at least there's certain things that you can pull that will still make you some coins. Whereas it's price caps, and all of a sudden silver is only capped at 2K, and that's just gonna be it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, that's not ideal, and I do agree with that. I do appreciate when pack trash is high priced in order to allow people to get value out of the packs. But back to this with the bots and stuff. Like Mutleaks, do you think have you ever played Madden Mobile?
Yeah, I played it.
So have you seen what they did to the auction house? Like, were you a part of the bot issue back in the day with Madden Mobile, or still to today?
No, I really don't play it like that. I played it a couple times. I install it, yearly when it comes out. I check it out, but I really don't, go too in depth with it. I know it is a problem. They separated the auction houses, and I've heard in some cases the entire auction house is essentially ran by EA. You're not even interacting with other users, depending. So I don't want that in MUT. I think it would be very bad. I'm not sure what they're going to do to mitigate, botting some of these request issues where you could send 600 bids in 10 seconds. I mean, they have to do something.
That'll get you banned like it did on your first account, though.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah, and until we perhaps isolate what's actually doing it, and you may be able to push the boundaries pretty high before you start having an issue. So that's once again something you can have to look out for.
Do you consider yourself a white hat hacker here? Are you going to report these issues to EA, or are you gonna keep them for yourself and keep exploiting it?
Is EA paying him? Or is EA paying you to find out these glitches? No, so don't report nothing to him.
No. So it depends, right? Because if we find something that's really, really game breaking and, has no ban risk, is just completely a massive problem, it will get sent in. But on little things, you kind of have to factor in how long it's going to take us to document it, how long it's going to take them to fix it. In some cases, it's not even worth sending the reports in. I mean, it depends on the severity of the issue.
Okay, so obviously, as life is a gray area. And then how do you feel about helping? I guess if you didn't do it, somebody else would, right? How do you feel about helping advance the bot and the eventual downfall of the auction house in MUT?
From what we've been looking at, I mean, it's going to happen, whether it's a week, a month, 2 months before it becomes widespread. It's going to become a problem unless they, really crack down on it, restrict a lot of the functions on the actual mobile client. It's going to be a persistent issue. So I'm not really sure as far as what they're going to do, but like I said, they're going to have to do something because it's not one issue, it's 10 or 20 issues, and stacked together could have really bad implications.
Yeah, I feel it. I in my video where I talked about this, I'm like, everybody, please fuck up Madden 19. If they're gonna do this and they're gonna have this going forward and it's gonna continue part of the plan, please make it so you ruin 19. Don't wait till 20. I'd rather lose half a year because there's 6 months left in the game. I think we just we'll hit the 6-month barrier in a couple days of Madden 19 being out. It's amazing. So I want you to absolutely destroy this game, so that way we lose it for half year instead of a whole year.
That's fair.
Yeah. So thank you for advancing and finding these issues. It's like when I put out a video on YouTube where I show like the motion freeze glitch that other people are doing, and like people get angry at me, and then 2 weeks later we get a patch for it. Like, so if you show these exploits, this is my opinion now, guys. If you show these exploits off to EA and you make it public, you put it on your Twitter account, put it on a subreddit, talk about it on Discord, stuff like that. We will allow like EA to see that and be like, all right, fix your shit, EA, because your game's fucking broken. So EA's kind of like, they have to fix it, or else it'll just kind of like, if nobody's talking about it, EA has no reason to fix it, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a matter of how much it's being exploited and abused, to how big of a PR concern it is. There's a lot of factors with things like that.
Okay, Texas, what do you think about broken things? Should they be public?
If they're gonna, it depends how broken it is, but I think everything probably should, because if they know it's broken, then maybe they can go into it in next year and then have it not be there. Because what happens if it doesn't get public, then it becomes the issue of next year's Madden.
Yeah,
forgot to fix it because they didn't know about it. I mean, it's a lot of these people make we tweet these developers daily. Things that we're going through. But a lot of these guys don't actually see that because they don't actually be looking at it. And so, it was still astonishing to me when I told Clint, you can't, if you go for a strip sack against a quarterback, they break tackle 99% of the time. How have you seen that before? If you press right bumper or you're going to sack a quarterback, the quarterback trucks to the ground. It could be Drew Brees and it could be a 90, it could be a 99 overall, and Drew Brees breaking that sack because it's a broken mechanic, but they didn't know about it. So that's a small scale thing. There's probably a lot of stuff out there we don't know that's broken, but if they put it out to the public eye, then they actually have to go and address it, because they're probably getting calls from investors and people who are game changers who didn't know about it as well, so they can actually problem rectified.
Yeah, ideally. So I mean, obviously the public persona plays into it a lot. There could be an absolute game breaking thing, but if nobody knows about it, is EA gonna fix it, right? If only 2 people are doing it, does EA really care about it enough? Is it enough of a deal for them to fix it, right, Tex?
So I'm glad you put stuff out. I'm glad people get mad at you, but it gets fixed. when that stuff you put out not got fixed.
Wait, say that again.
When that stuff you put out not gotten fixed.
Oh, the punt block to punt block man, or the field goal block to punt block man solo cheese hasn't gotten fixed. But that was fixed, and then it got unfixed, and now it's not been.
That doesn't affect online gameplay though, right? That's only for against CPUs.
True.
And everybody can do it, so it's not like you can feel shitty doing it. Plus, it's all about cheats, so we need to find every opportunity to cheat them back anyway.
That's a valid point. I had to go back to my old videos, because usually when something gets patched, I go back to my old videos and typed patched in front of it. See how many videos I have with the word patched on it. But
still not.
Anyways,
times though, cover 4 or cover 6.
Oh right, yeah, cover 4 and 6 have been upgraded a few times. I mean, that's still kind of bugged, but yeah, not bad for. That's a good point. So
hey, your track record's good, so stop fucking complaining when God fuck with the video out. It's gonna get fixed.
Ideally, yeah. So Mutsploit, do you think people are gonna hang on to, if they have an exploit for 19, they're gonna hang on to it for 20?
Yeah. So generally how that works is towards the end of the year, you usually see stuff coming out, stuff that either people think is going to get patched or just people cashing out for the year in some cases. Really going crazy using all the really broken shit right before the end of the year. In general, though, a lot of people do hold them. It really depends. With the competitive scene, it's kind of created financial incentive almost for you to have something like that.
Yeah, true.
So there's a lot of components there. I definitely think that I know about some of the stuff that's out there right now. There is, I don't want to say anything on par with the motion freeze, but there's definitely still stuff out there. I think it depends what they're going to be able to do with it this year compared to what they think they're going to be able to do with it next year. If you have something
spill the beans for us now, so that way we can get it. I can put a video out and they can get it patched.
So just in general, some of the ways that some of the mechanics work are kind of fucked up. People really haven't done much looking into it, like outside a couple groups. But I will tell you, one of the biggest exploitable mechanics that I haven't really seen anyone touch is the switch assist. You get a little bit of a boost to speed and spec catch in like a very small window after you switch players. I'm not really going to go into too much detail on how you can abuse that. I'm sure you can figure it out.
Okay.
Well, don't people
go ahead, Fox? Sorry.
Well, don't people click onto their player, hit Y for like high point passes? Is that the switch assist that you're talking about?
No, this is rapidly spamming between players. Completely different.
So you hit like B a lot on offense or defense?
It's only on offense that I would try to do.
Huh.
You can rocket with it. So.
Oh gosh. All right, Gunflex.
I'm not posting that.
Gunflex is gonna be out here on stream trying to replicate this.
I guess I don't know how that helped. Like, so you can like just run past people. Is this for like squads? Would this help more than anything else?
No, you could do it in regular head-to-head.
Yeah. And you've done it in head-to-head and got something exploitable there?
It completely torches people. It's similar to a glitch that was out last year that involved a lot of deep just routes. I'm sure you'll probably figure it out. But
what we're gonna do here, we're gonna like bleep this entire section out.
I'm not bleeping shit out. Is it the Hail Mary glitch?
So after the competitive players play their tournament, I don't want to see nothing while you're doing this. We're gonna release it, but it's gonna be redacted though.
Yeah, it's on my channel. I already got to record it. Shit's going up. I don't give a fuck.
You can do it out of Hail Mary.
But do you do it out of other formations instead?
So the thing is, it depends what exactly you're trying to do. The core of the glitch is like 5 mechanics that don't really work as they should. It's not any one mechanic. The switch assist is what actually makes it work, but it wouldn't really do anything without a lot of the other shit, like the fact that zones don't work properly. There's a lot of issues that allow it to be so exploitable. You can do it out of other formations, but it's not as potent.
Interesting.
So go lab that Hail Mary for him.
You know what this is? Leaks. You should like leak up one of the competitive players, teach him how to do it, and take half his check.
That's a good idea.
Just saying, man. All about making that money. That's Madden competitive tournament. See, that's what, $250. The other one what's the one, right? The last one, like $23,000.
Yeah, I don't know. Talk about that. Like, is there any chance in hell that EA makes their money back on those things?
No, I don't think so.
Not until they get a contract on ESPN.
Yeah, but like, would ESPN pay them for that right to broadcast it?
Yeah,
like $100,000.
What is that actually worth?
Well,
like I know on Twitch the viewership's like like what 9,000, but that a lot of that's due to drops that are really good that day.
Yeah, it depends on what they're bringing in because like certain shows on ESPN2, like Highly Questionable does 100,000 viewers daily. That's how many people watch that show. How many people think will watch a competitive tournament on that channel?
Not
I think it's probably. I think it's a good number on ESPN. I mean, just the natural ESPN numbers are good.
I think no
matter what it is.
So I guess this will be on ESPN2, I think, instead of being on the mother show, which is ESPN1.
Yeah.
They can just get concurrent views. That's why WWE is so successful, is because people like they don't make as much money as they did back in the day, but they're the most views. Like USA gets the most views on their channel because of WWE. Like they get 3 million views every Monday.
That's hot. Yeah, I mean, like you got those flagships, but I don't know.
So I'm saying I don't know if Madden would draw in 1,000 viewers over the course of a weekend, like a day.
I saw last year the numbers on like what was it, Disney or something? Somebody put out some sort of graph on it. I compared it to a regular MUT YouTuber or like not like a big MUT YouTuber. I think I saw even like between Twitch views, YouTube views, and the television views on whatever television, CW or Disney XD or something like that, whatever it was on. Like K had more viewers in a day than they had the whole weekend. I was like, ooh, rough. So if K, you know, and for a tournament that's giving out hundreds of thousands of dollars, that's got to be a huge money sink, right?
Well, they said it was. I mean, Greg said it was an investment, so they're gonna keep losing that money until they finally make them something. They're gonna can it.
Yeah, true. Anyways,
even today, like this company makes what $500 million, so like that's not even like a big loss.
What's that?
$500 million, right? So $1 million is not really a big loss, or $2 million is not really a big loss.
Well, it is to corporations that need to keep showing growth and profit in different sectors, especially when it's cheap as EA.
I mean, with the way competitive solo battles are, bro, they show them growth. We all are competitive players. We play solo battles.
Yep, indeed. All right. Anyways, back to the talk of today about the bots and the auction house. So, Mutleaks, do you think this app was a net negative then? I think it was a net negative. Do you think it's a net negative, or do you think there's a lot of positive things it can do that just they need to keep their eye on security?
I think that it was a really bad rollout. Right now, it's not in such good shape. I mean, it could always get better.
Yeah.
The main things that I want to see is if you follow regular constraints, right? So we don't really know yet, like you said, because it's only been out for about a day. But what I'd like to see is if you follow regular constraints, like you don't place 700 bids, you know, real quick. You don't do anything egregious. I really don't see how they're going to detect it. I mean, there's still CAPTCHA and, you know, other little minor caveats, but I do think it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. So what chance? All right, give me a chance out of like 10 or a percentage chance, whatever. What chance do you think Madden 20 comes around and it just inflates the price of every card because like these people are out there doing auto buyers and stuff and they're able to get a lot of coins and inflate the market like FIFA happened a few years ago? What chance do you think that happens, Mutleaks?
If something significant doesn't change with the companion app very, very soon, or you don't just see it removed, I would say very high, probably 90 plus, to be honest with you. I mean, I think it's only going to be a week, maybe 2 weeks before it starts seeing widespread abuse. So, I mean, you're talking, you know, 6 months out, 7 months out, it could be a problem. Yeah.
Wow. Texas, what do you think? You agree, or you have more faith in EA?
I have faith in EA. I feel like it's gonna be an issue, and the fact that it was a quiet rollout lets you like he said earlier, they didn't want it to fall in the wrong people's hands, but now that it has, they could probably put extra security on it. But with the way that they have kind of been handling MUT content lately, I have no faith they can handle a web
app. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's not looking great for that. So, talking about glitches and whatnot, do you guys hear about the login glitch and people got banned for that? So I put out a video. Basically, when people logged in, there was like a server failing or something Friday night, or was it Saturday night? And people started getting their MUT rewards and their logging in rewards for the Super Bowl promo. So you could sell it for a bunch of Super Bowl rings. So EA ended up banning like 200 people. I think Kralos slipped and said for the ban. I haven't been able to locate any of them that actually got banned due to it. But if 200 people are out there, 200 people are out there. First part of the question is, do you think EA was right to ban people for quote unquote taking advantage of the issue for when they log in and open their rewards and then keep doing it? And then two, like, what the fuck? Texas?
I don't think that they should ban somebody for their mistake, especially if they went back and said they did a reset?
Yeah.
Rewind. So like nothing actually, you don't get to keep anything. Only thing that people got to keep were what people who bought cards at the auction block. From you, I think they kept you got to keep the players you bought. So if they just gonna do a rewind, why are you gonna ban anybody in the first place?
Yeah, I agree, because to like, is it to basically send a message to the community saying, hey, don't do these exploits, like we'll get you? Is that kind of like EA threatening the rest of the community not to take advantage of it in the future?
That's what it seems like. It's in Kratos stream, it's only a ban until after the Super Bowl, so it's only a ban for what, 5 days, 6 days. So
it's an auction house ban, not like a game ban, right?
That was bad. So if they, it's just really weird. Like, why are you going to punish somebody for taking advantage of a mistake to get rings to go ahead and get players they probably had no chance of getting in the first place? I understand that you didn't want it to happen that way, but they've been easy on glitches in the past. Now they want to go ahead and get crazy and start banning people.
So what do you think changed?
Probably the fact that it wrecked the market crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, the market was on Xbox. Like I didn't see what cards got down to, but if you were on from that 4-hour period, they said you could have basically gotten all the legends. So I think that's the reason why it cost them a lot more money than everything else did. That's my biggest guess, because that would have been.
But like we've had glitches in the past, like the Moss glitch that they didn't ban for, that also destroyed the market on him.
That's only on one card. This destroyed the market for the entire promo, though.
Yeah.
For only on one comp, like I said, only on one console. So I think that's the reason why this would have literally lost them thousands of dollars if you didn't have to. Because then why am I gonna buy a bundle that guarantees me a 94 that's going for 200,000 coins? I'm not buying that now. I buy it when it's 4K. I'm not gonna buy it when it's 200K. So I think that's the reason why they had to go ahead and take care of that, was because it would have cost them a lot more money, and they didn't want a lot of people who.
And it might just because EA's like sharing, hey, like, because a lot of people got angry after the free Mike Vick, Gonzalez, and Champ Bailey issue that happened when the snow changed over. A lot of people got those for free, and people were like, hey, that's unfair that these people got this for free when I had to put a lot of time and effort into it. So there's a lot of complaints there. So maybe this is EA's way of saying, see, now those people got banned. They're not going to be, they didn't make a ton of coins off it. Even though I've gotten a lot of reports of people that did make a ton of coins off of this glitch, the login glitch, were able to keep their stuff. So not everybody got that taken away, but so that way, to the community at least, the PR, people aren't as salty that other people got stuff for free because they were out at the right time and being in the right place.
I get the whole PR. I get the whole, oh yeah, everybody got kind of like that, but I don't think they would have done anything if they would have caught it early enough. I think because it was on for 4 hours, they had to come out here with the band hammer just to save face.
Yeah.
30 minutes. Look, if this happened on a Monday, it was only 30 minutes, and I think they're not going to get too crazy. But because people were doing this for 4 hours, and Kratos said they banned people who are the extreme cases, so it's probably safe to assume those guys had like more rings they probably should have.
Yeah.
If it was a
yeah.
So because EA had to come into work the day before, they had and mess with their Sunday, they got Madden banned.
Don't fuck with the person's off day.
Like, it's my day off, man. I wanted to go fishing and go to the Pro Bowl, and now I'm not here with you.
It is
That's probably why the bans happen, because they're just mad as hell.
Oh yeah, that's funny. They made him too grumpy. Mutleaks, what do you think's going on in the mind of EA here? Do you think they've kind of turned a corner, now they can start banning people for their mistakes again some more?
The thing with this was necessary. Those bans really needed to be done. I don't even think the market hit as low as it would have went. I can't really give a specific number, but when they say it was only the most egregious cases, we're talking about a lot of rings, enough where the market could feasibly tank, and you could buy a bundle, $100 bundle, and get like $100K in value out of it. So, I mean, I don't want to say that I agree with the bans, but they absolutely were necessary with the volume of rings that some people had.
Now, wouldn't it be better just to take away the ill-gotten rings?
Well, the issue with that is a lot of people apparently were building out for cards, and they apparently, I guess, had more of a problem tracking that. I do know, as you said, a lot of people kept their stuff. Only got maybe a few 100,000 or a few million worth. A lot of people weren't actioned against. Their stuff wasn't even removed if they bought cards with the rings. So I think they know they screwed up, but in order to prevent massive damage, they had to issue the bans.
Okay. That's an interesting opinion. I think a lot of people feel you with that. So, like, it seems like the community's kind of split on this whole opinion. So it feels like in the future we're going to start getting more bans, whereas in the past for other EA glitches we didn't see of it. Because it does feel like a lot of the community kind of took EA's side here with the bans. It is kind of a strange change. I feel like people's opinions on getting banned is if it happens to them or not. Like, sitting on the outside, it's easy to say, oh yeah, they took advantage of it, go ahead and ban them. But like, when you're the one that got banned and it's EA's fault, you get pretty angry, or you lose whatever. I guess you wouldn't lose. Well, you just lose time on the auction house.
Well, that's the risk you take when you use one of those glitches.
I'm just never in the business of taking sides with $million companies that make mistakes and blame us for it. You should have got those many rings, but don't fucking break the game.
Yeah, because like the bundle argument, like EA could just offer better bundles, right? These limited time cards could come out of bundles at a better rate, or just give more value to them.
No, that's true, but I don't really think a lot of people understand just how many rings some people got. Like I said, I really can't give you a number, but it's 7 figures probably. So I'm not going to put a specific on it, but people got enough rings where the market would have been in shreds.
And I get that they got like 1 billion rings, but like they did a reset. So that's my whole thing. If you're gonna reset, why are you still bad? Just to teach them a lesson. That's why. But the lesson is don't take advantage of something that we broke.
Yeah. Like, what do you think about that, Leaks? Like, EA saying like, hey, if we screw up, don't take advantage, and that's the message they're giving us. Is that a good message?
Real quick though, in this entire year they've been messing up and did nothing. So who thought so was going to happen here? 3 things broke so far, and nothing bad came of it. And now the 4th one, that was their breaking point.
I think that this is by far probably for the few users who really, really got to take advantage of it. This would have been the worst glitch ever. I mean, we're talking like 20 or 30 maybe million coins per user. I mean, you could probably do the math there, but I don't really agree with them banning people for a mistake that they made, but there was really no other course of action that they could have taken for this particular situation that wouldn't have been really bad. So
yeah, I get you. I guess I see where you're coming from, and I feel you. Like $20-30 million, that's like what, GS level? I think he spends what, 10 to 20K a year. So I mean, like, in the long run, 20-30 million. Like, remember Texas? You both of you've been along for a while, but do you remember? Was it Madden 15 or 16? That the same glitch happened where a guy kept getting rewarded because it was the same rewards thing. He kept, every time he logged on, he got his MUT rewards for the year. Maybe it was 17. Clickwood did a video on it, but he had ended up like 70 million coins by the time.
Every limited time card, everything he wanted, because he kept getting every MUT rewards. That was the greatest glitch of all time.
Yeah. So that's the exact same thing, but this happened to like 200 people is what Mutleaks is saying here. Right?
It just seemed like if you made too many coins, they banned you.
It happened to too many people. and also the business has changed. It's a lot bigger of a business now. It's not like an offshoot, an experiment. It's a multi-billion-dollar business a year now, Ultimate Team. So I think they are going to be more proactive in cracking down on it. And in cases where 10 million coins are involved, they're probably going to issue bans. The snow thing really had no serious effect on the market. I mean, people got a couple 97s for free. It was cool if you were lucky.
But that was all about timing as well. If that happened towards the end of the promo, it would have been different. But because gifts were still a thing at that time, and the snow was like an all-time high, it wasn't like it didn't affect much. Because rings right now we're
after the promo, right?
Huh?
Which glitch you talking about, Tex?
Well, the snow one where you can just like re-roll for the 87.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
No,
yeah, the 87 that was going for a little more. Or you talking something else?
No,
he's talking about the 97 snow beasts.
Okay, yeah, okay, no, the one with coins.
Yeah, the snow to coins glitch.
Yeah, those were nat. That's why it didn't affect the market. Those are all nat. First snow one where it's like these people were out here just re-rolling. Somebody at the office to go back and change the pack odds, so that way you weren't getting 87s at that rate you were earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
some snitch.
Yeah, somebody out there told, but that was just because like the snow was still, we knew we were getting more gifts, and so that's why the market didn't kind of bottom out. Whereas the market would have bottomed out. So I understand why, but just don't ban anybody if you did rewinds. If you made this, but the day didn't actually happen, don't ban nobody, especially for a mistake that nobody knew was going to happen. Don't blame anybody. It was just an accident.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see. Obviously, we know EA is going to screw up again. There's going to be some glitch. That's why I always recommend people, the best thing you can do in the world is to be on at 10:30 Eastern, is to be on the game. Now you can be on your mobile app, so now you can't complain about any glitches when they go down, right?
Well, let's say your best ability is your availability.
Boom, there it is. So, man, it's just weird that we're talking about the game so much, and so much of what we're focusing on, at least in this podcast right up front here, are the issues like the big bugs in the game, or the bugs that we could see coming down the road. Mutleaks being able to exploit their bots or their app on day one, or just about day one. So it's a little depressing to see that. And on the opposite end, talk about a little bit more depressing, but it's more for EA. So EA, for FIFA, they stopped offering points in Belgium, that entire country. I kind of want to talk about, like, this is kind of like a big subject and something that's going to come down the road. And a lot of people are shorting EA stock because of this, because more countries are making loot boxes illegal. Now, America, we're okay with gambling here. The Supreme Court just said, I think sports gambling was fine. At a nation level, we're fine with gambling, but on a state level, a lot of ones ban it. So with the FIFA points being taken out in Belgium, do you think the Belgian populace likes that they can no longer buy FIFA points in their game, Texas?
Probably not. I think this is only mostly for who are in charge, like the politicians. They're happy that it's not there, but I think only way now to get stuff in FIFA is to grind the game, which is it's not feasible. Like, I don't think there's any mode you can even like spend your time grinding in FIFA to where you can actually come out with a really good team.
Yeah. So
now people have no shortcuts, so now they have to actually play the game, which is going to probably decrease sales of FIFA over there if there's no way to actually grind to get these players.
Yeah. Mutleaks, would you use just a VPN to get around this, or what would you do if we couldn't buy FIFA points? I don't know if you're no money spent or not.
Yeah, so that would probably be what would wind up happening. You'd use a VPN or something similar. I don't want to really say that's a bad thing. I mean, some of the places that have banned it did use pretty solid reasoning. I think it more so just needs to be restricted rather than banned. I mean, like for instance, on a account with child flags, maybe like an underage flagged account, perhaps prohibit sales like of even packs. I'm really not sure what they could do, but don't you just not put your credit card on the account then? You could do that, yeah. But the whole argument against it that I've seen is that it's advertising gambling to little kids essentially. So I don't really think that's a good thing. I don't know if the concerns are as overblown as they say, but
yeah, I'm never a huge fan of think of the kids arguments, because it's like well, Mark Twain said like censorship is like not allowing steaks because a baby can't chew it. I mean, like, stop. I hate this. Like, it's not good for the kids stuff. Like, dude, we're the parents. It's not like the kids need to be raised right by their parents. I mean, that's who should be looking after them. That's why they're kids. So like, we don't ban knives because kids can get near them and kids could stab themselves and they're friends with them. Like, that's not something the government steps in and does. So it's weird that like everybody's like, oh, you're just advertising gambling to children. Well, yeah, I like games like are flipping coins. Is that advertising gambling to children? Like Pokemon cards, is that advertising gambling to children? It's the same thing. Like, where does this stop? Texas.
Yeah, I guess that's what it says. Slippery slope. If you were to use that logic, but I get why they're doing this is because these games, the companies are basically like in Pokemon, you know what you're gonna get in mostly all the packs. Like, you know it's random, but you know you're gonna get these 2 guaranteed cards. Madden's kind of the same way, but a lot of these same thing with people like I'm kind of glad they actually are doing that, because then that kind of allows companies to, like, I guess in the future guarantee a lot more, so that way they can actually get back in those markets instead of just because FIFA is just such a big scam. I seen what Castro pull like 100,000 points for team of the year and get like 1 player. Wow. That's not good. So I'm kind of glad that they have to they have to get out here and where they can actually maybe come back with something down the line that's better for all players in the future. Because if it keeps getting canceled in more markets because of the kids might actually end up getting us a lot better pack odds if that's the argument they're using.
Yeah, well, the thing is, packs will just go away, right? Are they just going to go to a subscription-based model
packs
or
are
cosmetic?
Packs are never going away. Never going away.
That's what loot boxes are the packs.
They're never going to go away. They'll just find another way to guarantee you something for this amount of money.
So they'll do the
I think that's a big part of the gamble. Also, you get guaranteed Ronaldo, some shit like that.
So they'll do it like, all right, if you spend $100 on this game, we'll give you this sweet trinket, but also these packs come complimentary with it. The side hustle.
Yeah, I think something like that. Someone like that, because the reason why I don't think they'll go more cosmetic is because, well, it's not like where it's Fortnite where Madden has a capability, or even I don't know, maybe FIFA does it. Madden has where you can like choose a celebration you want. So if you've got to like unlock these celebrations or unlock these cleats, I don't think they care as much about that, because I don't think they'll sell as much as the chase of pulling a crazy item out of the pack. People love pulling packs. So if something's more guaranteed, then that's when they'll make the comeback. So if they keep banning them, like I say, so ban in Belgium, if they ban them over in like Australia, ban them in some other locations as well, then it finally makes its way to the States. I know the guy in Hawaii was trying to get that shit banned for a while as well. They'll come out with a new model that actually gives you better guaranteed value, so you're not actually gambling.
Yeah. Mutleaks, what do you think?
Once again, it needs to be done right. I do think the way that they do the pack odd descriptions right now kind of suck. They could expand on that. I really don't think it should be within a range. That's kind of really vague, you know.
Yeah.
This is what you could do with pack odds. Just saying 85 plus 4%. Like, okay. It's like you can't test it either because it's all random chance.
You could get a large sample size on that.
Fox, you should do 1,000. You should do 100 packs and see what you get out of those. 100 pro packs.
That's gonna be it. It'd take like a couple thousand to get the real odds. Unfortunately, on those low percentage chance. Yeah.
All right, let's do that then. Let's get together for the next 5 weeks and we'll do a counter. We'll do this. We'll do the math.
That sounds absolutely horrendous. But
full pro packs. You want to do it?
I've done worse things with my time.
Maybe. Coins, bro.
Track packs.
Buy a farmer counter. I'll make sure the coins are on there.
Doesn't a YouTuber already do like tracking packs kind of stuff? I used to do it back in the day.
I want to like do like a large. So I want to do like I want to do 1,000 packs in one day.
1,000 packs. We'd have to talk to a statistician to make sure it's done correctly though. Like, what's the sample size? What kind of population we need to figure out those odds? But Mutsploit, I think we cut you off. Any other thoughts on the banning of FIFA points and stuff? Like, are you for it? Are you for getting rid of packs and points in Madden?
No, I think it's a necessary component to how the game's kind of crafted. Once again, I do think that they should change the odds. I think if the odds were more specific or gave more information, you would have a more clear idea of what you were actually buying. You know, that would be better for everyone in general, as far as the consumer. So it's something I hope they look at. It does have the potential to fuck up their cash flow. You know, if you see that your odds of actually pulling something good are, you know, 0.0001%, I don't know if you're going to buy packs.
Yeah, I mean, people still play the lottery.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, like, all right, so one of our biggest complaints right now is the lack of content. And I hate to be that guy that's like sticking up for EA and their money revenue, but like, don't we, like, if they get rid of the way of making money, like, all businesses are here to make money, right? And the thing that drives the money is us pulling the packs. And the thing that drives us pulling the packs is the content. So if we're no longer pulling packs, we're not going to get content anymore. Is that an assumption, or not as much? Is that an assumption that you would say is correct, Texas?
So, because like MLB The Show sells stubs, so why doesn't EA just sell coins?
I don't fucking know, dude. I wish they did.
2K sells two types of currency. They got coins and they got MT. You buy the coins and buy the packs, and then you can sell the cards for MT. Like, I think what the issue is nothing's guaranteed for the money in EA games. That's why everybody goes to coin sites. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
$100 MLB gets you what?
What do you, like a card off the auction house? Is that what you're asking for?
No,
150,000 subs.
How much?
150,000 subs for $100.
To go ahead and risk on packs, or you can go buy the players that you want. Whereas in Madden, there's no option for that. If you want the 97 Edelman, you're not going to get them. Well, not you may come close, but you still had to spend some of your coins off the auction block to get that element.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can just kind of, well, just only MLB, 2K still, you can just use that VC for packs, obviously. But even the toppers are a little bit better than the ones in Madden.
So, Mutsploit, do you think EA would do away with packs to keep their Mut mode running if loot boxes were banned? EA would get rid of packs but still offer a money to coin option, so that way you could buy cards off the auction house. But then how would they populate the game with cards? Through rewards and stuff?
I really don't think it matters what method you actually want to use to draw the value. You know, associate the value with the points. If it's coins, if it's cards, I really don't think it matters. You'd probably see some market shifts, but I don't think it'd have a massive effect if you could just buy, say, a 100K coin straight up rather than a pro pack.
Yeah. What do you mean by massive effect? On their bottom line or on the game mode?
On the game mode, on the market, on the availability of cards, new releases. I mean,
but what happens if they had to get rid of packs because loot boxes were made illegal?
Probably.
Will you still play the game?
Yeah. It depends on what the content was like. I mean, that's what you're saying with it, is that you're tying the content to the revenue. I mean, if you take out the revenue, the content's likely to decline. So maybe not.
Yeah.
No.
Texas, what do you think? Oh, sorry. Mutsploit, you said something?
I think a lot of that, as far as that is, you guys talk about it all the time, but there's an economist, and they have a very specific idea of how much value you should get for how much money. So